Hello orienteering friends, welcome to the recording of my next orienteering race. This is a regional race here in Central Bohemia. I'm running H45 category. Our course is 7.4 kilometers long with 215 or 210 meters of elevation and 17 controls. So I hope you will enjoy it, and I hope I will enjoy it as well. Cheers! So here we are at the start. You can clearly see that the kids were much faster. I wasn't sure that my camera is on, so I was checking now if the film is rolling. Anyway, here to control number 1, I decided to go straight. Basically, I tried to go straight. I was trying to hit the second road, you know, the one below the narrow right. At this point I'm still, you know, I was quite unsure at this point where exactly am I, and all these branches and lying fallen trees, let's say, they were slowing me down. So yeah, here I got to the narrow right, and honestly I wasn't 100% sure where exactly at which point I am. So I just continued a little bit down the hill and I was trying to get to this path. So yeah, I lost a little bit of elevation that I had to gain back here, which yeah, not perfect. And honestly at this point I was like, okay, I see the path, so that's good. Now I need to get to this, let's say, vegetation boundary. I was thinking maybe I will get to this smaller path or whatever, which is right now, but it was like a track from a tractor. So yeah, I followed it and hit the control number 1 without any issue now. But as you can see, I could have gone a little bit more straightish at the beginning. To get to second control, that was a little bit longer leg. When looking at the map, I was, you know, I haven't really figured out any other way than just to go basically straight. And yeah, here and there I'm, you know, going not so straight. I'm trying to, you know, find the best place how to climb up this. It wasn't that steep, but it was a hill anyways, so yeah, it was demanding a little bit. Now I saw the remains of the fence there, so that you know, made me certain where am I. And then I'm not sure what was my intention, but I guess that you can see there is a vegetation boundary, so I was running along that one. And when I was closing in to control number 2, I got this idea that I will try to, you know, go along the contour, which didn't make sense at all, and I just reverted back to the original, you know, just follow the vegetation boundary. until you end up in the small gully, and then at the top of the gully there is your control. So that's what I did, and you can speed it up now, or just listen to the lovely music that I put into the So the control was obvious. I think I didn't even had to check the control descriptions or anything for the number. It was really clear. Here to control number 3, I decided to run a little bit to the left because I was sort of tired at this point, and I was thinking, okay, I will just go a little bit around. I don't want to go straightish. And then I should get to this like a deeper erosion, let's say almost a gully maybe, and then there should be some other a small erosion that I should find. It at the end was a little bit difficult, to be honest, and it wasn't that, I wasn't spot on to the control number 3, so I lost a little bit there, but not too much at the end. I sort of estimated properly here this deeper erosion or gully, so I went a little bit further. Here I expected a control, but it was hidden behind this small tree, and also this marker was fallen down. I tried to fix it, but I was not I was not handy enough to put it there on one try, so then I decided just to continue to control number 4. Here I think I did a sort of a mistake by going here to that small path. It's probably a couple seconds, I guess, maybe, but at least at this point it was a little bit easier to run, because the surface on this path was more like how would you say that? You don't have any branches lying around, so you more flat, let's say. And then I crossed this other erosion gully, got to that big road, which was I don't know if it was an asphalt road. I don't remember that. Probably an asphalt road. And then I was heading to this fenced area, and from the, you know, like go straight along this vegetation boundary to control number 4. And when I was getting close to it, maybe I didn't read the map properly. I ended up, you know, looking for the control a little bit too soon and lost a couple seconds there. So overall, I would say I might have lost like 30 seconds plus the time that I lost by, you know, not running that fast, let's say. So now I will stop talking. You can just enjoy the run or just skip to number 4. As you saw, I struggled a little bit with the attacking of the control. I started looking for the control a little bit too soon, but well, happens. Now to control number 5, I basically went straight. I just took a bearing and I tried to keep it. You can see that there are these, you know, dotted places around, you know, like vegetation boundaries, different kinds of forests. I think the map was good in this regard because I was able to distinguish these, you know, different trees, and that, you know, there was some sort of this like difference. I was able to distinguish, so I knew that I'm probably on a good course to the control number 5, and fortunately, at least for me, the control was also sort of visible. And here I was also I remember that I was also following the contour, and it all kind of clicked, you know, like going slightly along the contour here, and then just, you know, follow the original direction, and then the control was very nicely visible from afar. So this was I was very happy with myself at this point. With control number 6, I think I did pretty well here as well, but first I tried to avoid this you know, more greenish area with, you know, trees, so I just went more to the right, let's say, or I tried to get more to the right and avoid the vegetation here. Then I had to cross the gully here, obviously, and after that I got a little bit lost as far as I remember. So I think I lost a couple seconds, you know, there on deciding and, you know, evaluating where exactly am I and which way I want to go. And then when I figured that out, I went basically straight to control number 6, and yeah, there were other people at the control number 6, so I had no issue to really hit it and find it, but I think I was on a good you know, course, so I would like find it anyway, even without the help of the other people. So now you will see my hesitation here, because I thought maybe if I go slightly to the right and then around this area, yeah. So I was deciding a little bit and maybe losing time, but then I decided just to follow my direction, my original direction, I think. Yeah, should be now. I was expecting some sort of a narrow ride here and probably missed it, or it wasn't that distinguishable, I don't know. So yeah, here I lost like 15 seconds, I guess. Now up to you, you can speed it up or enjoy the run with the background music. So here these ladies confirm that the control number is there and it's correct. I decided to run like on the top of the gully here. I didn't want to run inside of it, and I think it wouldn't make a difference, to be honest. And at first I was expecting, or I was thinking that maybe it would be, you know, good that I will not lose any elevation, but then there was this area, this greenish area with, you know, how it is called, it's blueberries or blackberries, you know, these vines everywhere. So I decided to run down into the gully anyways. The only thing here that I would do differently is that I started climbing to one of these spurs. I should have just continued within the gully that was a little bit further. I was afraid that the gully will be full of these vines because I saw them everywhere. So this climb here was unnecessary. I could have just continued a little bit further and go inside of this gully on my right side, because there were already other runners running through it, and basically they made the path in there. But I was quite sure here where am I and where the control should be. Now the control is visible, so from the orientation point of view, I that was good, but now I had to climb down, and I saw that there was basically like a small path, so I could have avoided going up and down. Here, from control number 7 to control number 8, I think I was already tired. And I did a bad decision. I wasn't reading the map properly, and I didn't notice that on the left of me there is this road or vehicle road or bigger path, and I think I could have just continued a little bit further and take that path and then go straight to control 8. Instead, I was focusing on going through the gully, which obviously was like difficult to climb up again, although it's like only 30 meters, but it's basically slowing you down. And then I got a little bit lost in the vegetation there, and you know, I anticipated that I will hit this road that goes the direction to control number 8, and I was living in this, you know, I had this implanted in my head that okay, now I have to hit the road, and then I just follow the road. And I did that, but I was following the road that goes back to control number 7, you know, and I only realized that after about a minute of a run, and I was like, man, you were stupid. So I did, then I was going back, but totally disoriented. I had to ask someone. That someone roughly knew where we are, but he was also a little bit confused by, you know, the forestry vehicles. They made some paths that were not in the map, so both of us were a little bit confused, I would say. So I ended up getting like 3 minute, probably 3 minute delay here, or how you call that. So now I will just let it roll. eventually I got to number 8 and you will see what's next after that.
Jsem si nezorientoval mapou a vyšel jsem na druhou stranu, že?
The refreshments here were very welcome from my side, and also I needed a little bit of a breather. I was, you know, trying to gain back or not gain back, or, you know, like catch up on that loss that I got. But it was difficult, to be honest. My legs, I have shin splints on my left leg, and also, so that was the most you know, demanding part for me, to overcome this pain, and you know, it sort of slowed me down. But here, as you can see, I get to the road, to the edge of this green forest, and from that I took a bearing straight to this small clearing, and I think I did a pretty good job here. I was quite satisfied with myself, hitting the control. Control number 9, again I would say, so here to control number 9, again I sort of decided to go straight, so I took the bearing and I was heading as much as I could straight to control number 9. I was avoiding the area that was hatched, so one of my focus was, okay, I should get to some sort of a small path maybe, but as you will see, I'm going through the forest more or less straightish until I got to that bigger path. You can see some, I would say, gamekeepers posts there, or a feeder maybe. So that was a sort of an anchor point, let's say, for me, and from that again I just took the bearing and continued straight to control number 9. Again, there was this gamekeeper's post, so that's what I used as, you know, orientation point. And the what is it, the trunk thing, you know, was then visible, because yeah, it was quite big, I guess. So I had no issue to find it. Here to control number 10, again I would say I tried to run straight, but also there was these blackberry vines, so I was trying to avoid that area, and that led me a little bit off course, so I went a little bit to the left here, more than I should have gone probably, but then obviously I was heading to that big like asphalt road, or I don't remember the road being an asphalt road, but it was more of a vehicle road, like you could, it was not a path, let's say. And yeah, when I got there I briefly stopped to get a breather, and then just continue more or less straightish. I wanted to get to that junction of the paths, of the paths there behind the, you know, scattered greenish areas, which I did. And then I took a bearing straight to control 10. It was, I felt it's a little bit sketchy, you know. I wasn't 100% sure that I will hit it precisely. You know, there were not, it was like an open forest with not so many other points, and I did nailed it, more or less, I would say. So I was pretty pleased with my attack of control number 10. Anyways, now I will just let the film roll. If you want, you can just skip to number 10. So yeah, I was slightly off, but more or less I got to control 10 without an issue, as you saw. Yeah, control number 11, that was a different story, let's say, or that is a different story. I don't know why, I was probably too tired now, or you know, over oxygenized brain, or how to call that. Here obviously I try to run straight, as much as possible, but I got to the vehicle road sooner, you know. basically slide it down to that road, and then I thought, oh, I will just continue, but I continued sliding and sliding, and I ended up at this area with some sort of marsh and gamekeeper's post, so slightly off the track, more than I wanted, let's say. I think I should not have followed this guy. I don't know why I did that. As I said, I was probably a little bit too tired, and then I had to, start using the head and orienteering again. And I got back to track when I crossed the road. So then I basically, went straightish to control number 11. Sort of, I was trying to follow the contour, let's say, and yeah, I had no issue finding the control. I think then that I have made a good job in the second part of my advance to control number 11. So now you know what I did. You can enjoy it now. here I decided to take the right side of this gully and just follow it, and then you know, I noticed that I should, you know, cross another, let's say a bigger erosion gully, and then there is this how you call that, like a dry water line, or it looked sort of like an erosion, like, so that was the, you know, guiding line that basically led me to control number 12. I think I executed it. I executed this plan quite nicely. Of course, I wasn't running super fast at this point. As I said, I was already kind of tired, and I was, you know, cautious not to miss the point, not to miss the dry erosion, or not dry, seasonal water path, let's say. Now it's already visible on my right side, but it, you know, when you are running, and when you are tired, you are sort of, so it took me a while to notice it, that it's here on my right side. Anyways, finding control number 12 was easy. Then control number 13, I think that one was also sort of easy, because there was an earth bank that I wanted to get to, and I did, and then I just followed it, and basically the control number 13 was across some big erosion gully on a top, not top, almost on the top of this erosion, or the slope. So it was visible from the other bank of this erosion, big erosion, or maybe sort of a valley already. So that was kind of easy to find. So now I will just let you watch the video and listen to the music. climb up to control number 13 was tough, let's say. And also here to control number 14, I don't know if I did the right choice. Maybe I should have gone back to the valley and just go through it. I decided to go not to lose the vegetation elevation, so I just followed this, you know, this bank of the valley, but as you can see, it was not very runnable. Here and there I did couple steps that looked like running, but only briefly, and then I basically slided down to this erosion gully, because I noticed that the control will be on the other side and then that I will have to climb up. Fortunately, during this during spring, during this time, there is not so much vegetation, so getting to control number 14 was actually easy, let's say, in terms of I didn't have to fight the vegetation. The branches are inconvenient, but still okay than, you know, going through some vines. Yeah, and here basically the control is on top of this spur, or how would you call it? And I'm quite happy with myself that I identified it correctly. So that was very positive at this point. I was feeling good because of that. Control number 15, that was one of the last controls. It was a long leg. Basically, let's say I was trying to follow the contours more or less. I was trying to run straightish, kind of, and I knew that I already was at that area with the gamekeeper posts and the little marsh, which is behind the road. So that was basically my aim, and obviously here and there I'm still checking the contours and you know, roads or paths. So yeah, but I navigated well, let's say. I haven't had any troubles to get to control number 15, and you will see, you can speed it up or, you know, let it roll and listen to the music. So as you saw, the line was a little bit wiggly. I was going here and there, avoiding vegetation and finding the best way, let's say. But yeah, I found the control easily at the end. Here to control number 16, that was really easy, because here is this erosion on my right side, or erosion gully or whatever. And then there was this like a side erosion to this one where the control was located, and it was down the hill, so I enjoyed it. But I can say that I was happy that I'm running H45 category, because at this point when I imagined that I would be like H40 category, which was 1 kilometer more, that would be tough on me, I must admit. Obviously from control number 16 to the finish, that was difficult part because it was uphill. So I wouldn't say I was pushing it, but at the same time I wasn't, holding too much back. I knew that I have to run. It's the last control, so I tried to squeeze the last remaining energy out of me a little bit. The plan was easy, just try to run straight almost to control number 17, and if you get derailed a little bit, still there is this path in this valley, so you should, or I knew that I can just follow that in that case. But the path, or here the forest was runnable. I wouldn't be faster using that narrow ride, and here I was already seeing the last control, and then finished it up. Honestly, I was a bit surprised that I did it in 63 minutes. I was expecting it closer to 70 minutes, because the level of, let's say, exhaustion. But yeah, I was quite happy with my result, and this was the second race of this season, and I did one big mistake, but other than that I was quite happy and pleased with my performance. I hope you enjoyed it, and I have another 2 sprint videos in the queue, so stay tuned. See you next time. Bye.